I don't understand what just happened.
I have no idea what he's doing.
We're doing only 60% of the podcast.
What does
Yeah,
that
so
mean?
that automatically happened because Aadar is not here. Baba, we need you to make it 60%,
Yeah, right
75.
now.
I don't know the
Because
maths. 3 out of 4
if
is what?
75%, na.
Yeah, dude.
See, because in golden words, you have to remember that in life you will never get everything. Okay?
Bro,
If you get
you
60,
know,
70%, it's okay.
here's my thing about it, okay? Where all the parents, right? They're agreeing with Sima aunty. Right? They're all like, yeah, that's right, that's right. Exam के time पे नहीं मानते थे ये सब.
Oh,
वाह 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 कितने 4 दिन से सोच रहे हैं बाबा ने
क्या
एपिसोड देखा
बात है.
फर्स्ट जोक मैंने
उसने
लिख
लिखा
दिया.
हाँ
मैंने ये
उसने
लिख
लिखा
दिया. ये मैं बोल
बोला
रहा हूँ.
मस्त मस्त फेंकी अभी आके करता हूँ। खुश हो गया तू हाँ कि when we started the
अरे
podcast
साई सर्विस.
taking it
Sai service attack.
I'm sure
hey,
this
we're
was
going
the
to be
best
talking
joke.
about
Yeah. And Sai service has attacked. All this time while we were doing the preview, nothing has happened.
Nothing has happened.
Hmm.
I'm sure this was, Baba, I feel like this was like such a kadak joke. It had like insight and act out and a reversal and everything. And we'll just never get to hear it.
now
Start.
I'm just like this
Yes.
okay I
So,
guess
तो क्या जोक मारा था मेरे पे वो खत्म कर दे बिकॉज दैट विल बी द एंड ऑफ द कोल्ड ओपन और ये 5.5 मिनट का कोल्ड ओपन है तो चलो
मैं जोक तेरे पे जो मार रहा था वो ये है कि हम लोगों ने पॉडकास्ट शुरू किया ट्राइंग टू बी वेरी क्रिप्टिक अबाउट व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट और तूने आके पहले यू कुडंट कंट्रोल द जोक इनसाइड योर तूने आके बोल दिया कि हम सीमा आंटी पे कर
इट्स नॉट फनी एनीमोर
बट इट्स नॉट फनी इट वाज फनी इन द मोमेंट नाउ यू मेड मी से इट नाउ दिस सक्स ये एडिट करिए
नहीं चांस ही नहीं
ओके
वंस इन अ व्हाइल तो ठाकुर हैज टू बॉम्ब चांस ही नहीं तेरा सब
Okay.
जोक लैंड होएगा ऐसा नहीं होता है
अभी ये जोक था अभी छोड़ चल ठीक है चालू करते रेडी 3 2 1 गो हेलो एंड वेलकम टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ द इंटरनेट सेट so a show we take stories am I stuck again am I stuck I can hear myself I can hear you guys
yeah but you're back
I
You
never
s-
went
You stopped at the most perfect moment, Thakur. You have no idea. You can't script it. It's beautiful. It's
I have to
reality.
just watch this as it comes out okay anyway without being cryptic anymore we know the topic
Dude,
of
we'll have to
today's
take the
episode
intro
is
again
hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Set. So, a show where we take random history, weird episode facts, and random stories, and we talk about them. And today's episode is on Indian Matchmaking Season 2.
करेक्ट
2 साल रुकने के बाद हम क्यों देख रहे हैं ये शो अभी तक
क्योंकि तूने
बताओ
मैसेज करके मेरे को बोला कि अच्छा सुन
हाँ
प्लीज मैच मेकिंग देख के आना ये एपिसोड हम लोग मैच मेकिंग पे करें इसके लिए मैंने देखा है एंड इट इज आई माय गॉड आई एक्चुअली हैड टू सिट थ्रू द 8 एपिसोड्स दे वर
aren't you glad you watched it I loved
No.
it I mean
No.
not season 2 as much as season 1 by the way first
सीजन
thoughts on
1
season 2
डेफकॉन बेटर
a million times better season 2 not so much but still it landed I think on Netflix Thursday I was skipping through stuff देखा और मैंने और निकिता ने वो टाइम पे चालू करके चाट लिए 8 एपिसोड्स बैक टू बैक ऐसे घर में बैठ के
इसके लिए तूने हम लोग को बोला देखने को
हाँ क्योंकि मैं अकेला क्यों सफर करूं
No, but I had the same feeling. I felt like season 1 was better, and I felt like it was better because of the novelty of season 1. I feel like once you've seen it, then this is more of the same with a few moments that were just beautiful in terms of its irony and reality
No,
TV
you know what I
potential.
also
Correct.
think that I also think that the reason why that could have happened is because if you remember at the end of season 1 a lot of the people a lot of the participants in the show were pretty much like trolled right like they became memes and they became this that and the other and I don't think that everybody enjoys so in the second season they mustn't have gotten people or if they got people they must have
No.
said no, we want final cut
You know
no
something?
but they still got people who were extremely memeified
Dude, also by the way, in this season, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it felt like it was the show was self-aware. Like it knew that, a lot of this is, it's just stupid fun. And they were cutting it like that. Like a lot of it, like,
but the
for
editors
example,
always cut it like that
no. But like, for example, they knew the memes and jokes that had been done on season 1. And
Yeah.
they kind of played to
Yeah.
that in this one. Like, for example, every time she says, I'm Sima from Mumbai,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just know it's played for laughs. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because everyone has said, "Hi, Sima auntie," hugged her, looking lovely. "Hi, I'm Sima from Mumbai."
yeah. But the thing is, it brings me back to one thing. Regardless of how the people who are being approached to be a part of it as the prospective brides or groom, the one thing that holds the show together, that is Seema auntie, right? And you like her, you hate her, you find her aggressive, you find certain things she says problematic, whatever said and done, she is so true to herself,
Yeah.
right? There is no like, I will do it this way because then my image will look different.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
at all. She gives no fucks.
yeah,
I
yeah.
am this is how I behave, this is what I think, and I'm going to fucking say it.
These
Which
are
there are
all nice.
times when
These are
supremely
all nice
profound in
things.
her own head, but
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like she, like one thing that really struck out this time was one of the main things she used to say in the previous season was, you have to compromise, right? That changed to your 60-70% or whatever, but the highlight was, she said, don't say compromise anymore, say patience. Okay,
Mhm.
you have to have patience, because she's also seen, right, like there was backlash that why should you settle, why should, so if, like, I think those few things about her, she changed in the way she approaches a specific match, but otherwise she was exactly how you like to see her. Like if she was any different, if she suddenly
Yeah.
became too self-aware,
Yeah,
began
yeah.
correcting how she behaves, what she says, who she meets, what her modus operandi is to fit two people together, the show would lose whatever little element of fun that it has.
Correct. Correct.
Dude,
Right?
Like
also,
I love how she would just go, like I think she did it twice and she said, "Okay, now enough about the chickens."
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then she's telling that other guy also saying, "Okay, now no more jokes, huh? Enough." Like it's such a mob thing to
Because,
do.
Yeah.
no, also because, if you compiled both the seasons, right? If you just saw them like one after the other through the whole thing, like season 1 to 2, you binge the whole thing, you
Hmm.
will see how she gets more and more frustrated with every episode. Like, she's just
Yeah.
like, you know, तेरे को तेरे ये criteria, तू
No, and when she feels somebody has, like, she is actually saying what we as viewers are thinking
Yeah.
at that point. Like, for example, that one girl, Viral, right? Her name is, who was very like, I'm not asking for anything. I don't bring to the table, right? She had no Sheetal, sorry, my bad, who had some manic number of requirements as her criteria, like man
Including
bun
man bun.
and man bun tattoo, and you can just see the way they cut it. Like what you said, Baba, they are very aware that a
Look, Kautuk, huh?
specific situation is going to play for laughs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And if you get the right reaction at that point, it becomes unintentionally hilarious,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like an
I
episode
mean,
of The Office, so to speak,
it's also like
right?
if you look at what like Vinesh, right? There's a moment where Vinesh says that beauty is very important to me. It's very good. Like I need a good-looking bride. This, that, and the other. And there's just one moment where Seema auntie is just going like means
Dude, she is
obvious.
zoned out. She has zoned out.
This is, she has too many criteria, man.
Hmm.
She wants this, she wants this, she wants. Yeah,
You
60
know,
70% match is okay.
sometimes when you look at her while other people are talking, you can see her thinking of Khandvi.
Like she's just
Like she's
like
like, इसके बाद जो मैं खाऊंगी.
yeah,
She also says like, Arey, you can't judge anybody by picture. You have to meet, right?
Hmm.
Only when you meet, there is more understanding and bonding. And cut to
Varun,
face reader के पास जाके photo
yeah.
दिखाती है.
Bro, my thing is that face reader. I want someone to read the face reader's face.
bro. By the way,
Yeah.
Bawa, when they introduced the face reader, na, this time, dude, they kept the camera on his face for some 5 minutes straight, just
Yeah.
to let you know कि ये face reader है and he's reading your face right now.
And you can read his face
Yeah, and you can read his face.
while the camera is slowly on his face.
Dude, I
No,
mean,
but like,
I know I'm jumping the gun, but like season 3 looks like it's going to be in the UK.
what going to be? It is going to be in the UK. They very clearly set it up like it's a Marvel franchise.
Yeah,
कि
yeah.
अभी उसने मुंबई कांकर कर लिया है, न्यू जर्सी कांकर कर लिया है, ह्यूस्टन उसमें, अभी थैनोस पहुंच गया है लंदन.
You know
They
what's
had a proper piece on the London Bridge, Tower
Yeah,
Bridge,
yeah. Okay, Tower Bridge. Yeah.
drone
y-
shot है.
you know what's missing? Sima Taparia needs one eye patch and to say motherfucker once.
No, but like keeping in mind, like comparing it to a Marvel, this you had certain recurring characters,
The original
recurring people
Avengers.
from the original Avengers from season one. So let's talk about them first. Top of the line, Iron Man, Pradyuman, who who continues to make
Sheesh.
banging cocktails,
Yeah.
who has launched a restaurant and a
Two
bar, and
restaurants,
now
dude.
ब्रो और कोविड के बीच में क्या तो हैट्स ऑफ प्रद्युमन मतलब इधर
Yeah.
पब्लिक शटिंग शॉप उसने दो खोल दिए and he has actually gone ahead and met someone. I was confused because I thought at the end of last season he was almost married to this girl, right? Was it
Yeah.
the
Uh,
same girl? Was it the same
no,
girl?
no,
Was it
no,
a
no,
different
no.
girl?
It
I
was a
was
different girl.
confused
Different.
because
Different
they
guy.
had this terrace meeting with both the families and it
Didn't
was
he met he
awkward
met
max.
he met one girl at the race course, remember?
Yeah. With the
Yeah,
horse.
he wanted to really sweep her off her feet. Yes, I remember that one. But this one started with this girl
Yeah.
Ashima, so I was confused. But yeah, what do you think about Pradyuman's graph from where he was to what he has become? I think he's also realized watching the episodes that वो थोड़ा meme बनते जा रहा था. I mean, but he's owned it. I feel in a very weird way.
Bro, by the way, can I tell you something? Like one thing that stuck out
मैं
was
भी struck बोल.
one thing that stood out to me was the fact that there are so many couples in this series, right, who have eventually met and married someone, but not through Sima auntie. That's the crazy part.
In
Like,
this season,
What?
yeah, in this season, most of the people who actually got hooked up with each other was not through Simanti.
not through
It was
Sima auntie.
somebody's cousin from the
Yeah.
pool of other NRIs. So they've managed to find genuine happiness,
And
clearly by the looks of it.
the thing is, na, like every time they call Seema auntie and they tell her ki, listen, I found somebody. It's not through you, but I found somebody. You can
Hmm.
still see the relief on her face. Ki, bhai, mera to ho. Abhi, I don't have to deal with this fucking person.
Or maybe also sometimes annoyance, because she has that. Because every time they
Bro,
FaceTime her, she has that, that face that she makes that,
No, but
okay,
I think
like
that is
whatever.
just I think that is just I think that's just that awkward person on video call syndrome.
no,
It's
and also she's heard this so many times. Like, there's nothing you can tell Seema auntie that she's not already heard 150 or 200 times before. Like, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
Seema auntie, I met that guy and I feel we connected, but not on romantic. Then she's like, okay, got it, got it, got it, got it. So, yes, yes.
But then she's like, she never takes that as a so you met na, you connected na. So then what? First marriage, then love. हमेशा उसका motto वो है first marriage, then love will happen. You do it.
and
But
all the
her
parents are
most
like all the parents also like, yeah, we met only for 7 minutes, 15 minutes, yeah,
Bro,
this
but
minute.
bro, parents are the most happiest when you see that introductory shot of Seema auntie meeting prospective bride or group. The happiest are the parents
Yeah,
parents.
they're
because
like,
they're like अभी ये तुम्हारे हाथ में है ये मैं नहीं कर सकता है मैं नहीं कर सकती ना you have to take care because all the parents connect with each and every viewpoint that Seema auntie has.
correct,
100%.
correct, correct.
The the
No,
the youngsters are taking that extra second because A, you're aware, B, you probably seen season one, as to how it's all going to come out. What I always fail to understand is uh their ability to find more and more people to be a part of. You know what I mean? Like if you as a person have seen season one, you've seen what has happened, you see what people end up talking about because people online are vicious, right? If you give them this much of leeway, you are going to be the biggest meme there is. Plus the concept of getting arranged marriage, even though it was massively prevalent in our parents' time, apne time pe it's still on like that shaky ground, right? Because you feel like people will make fun of you or whatever. So how is it that after seeing season one also you think they're able to find a whole load of these people
No,
across continents?
I think it's got to do with any reality show, na? Like any reality show, चाहे you watch Big Boss or you watch Roadies or you watch Sterling Comedy Reserve. मैं बोल रहा है कि public
अबे लेकिन that's got nothing to do. तू शादी थोड़ी कर रहा है उस पे.
correct, but there was also there was Bachelor, then there was what was that
Splitsvilla,
Rakhi Sawant ka
Swayamvar.
pati Swayamvar, then there was
No,
Splitsvilla.
but
There's a ton of
Bro,
these
there are
that
many of the reality shows you're mentioning always has people who are hungry or in like they want to get that
fame.
fame. Their fame is through supposed infamy. That's their route. They're like, okay, I'm anyway somebody who's popular on a TV show or a dancer or Instagram or whatever. And now I'm going to carve a niche for myself by being on this show. That's a very different reality show aspect. Here, you are literally trying to find a partner to
No,
get
I'm
married
assuming
to.
also the
That,
money must be good, no?
yeah, I think that is a possible thing, if
No,
at
and
all there is money.
why are we overlooking simple desperation? Why are
Hmm.
we just like, because a lot of the people were just like, man, I'm on the last straw. I've done everything. I did the dating apps, I did the regular dating, I did hanging around at romantic places slash whatever gardens and
Hmm.
libraries, and nothing worked out.
Yeah.
And here I am, right? Sima Taparia is my last train out.
Question, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that this works out. Maybe it's just plain simple that. But also, like with any good reality show, right? You don't like, the script is the contestant. So
Hmm.
if you profile the right people and you entice them, you have a great show. Like for example, dude, uh, the moment with Vinesh, was it? That
Hmm.
irony where he rejects somebody. So okay, wait,
Yeah.
let me preface this point by saying that there was one thing in common with all of these people, right? And the one thing in common was this, that they had very little self-awareness.
Yeah.
So they knew their criteria and desires, but they never understood why somebody else would reject them,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
That
For
sort of
sure.
like self-awareness was just absent in all of them. They're like, what, really? How? I don't get it. I'm perfect, right?
Yeah.
So for example, Vinesh, that was the clearest one, right? The just the irony that he rejects somebody saying that I'm not getting the vibe, she's just very plain, or whatever, I'm not feeling
Yeah. Yeah.
romantically
Friendly vibe, hangout.
friendly vibe I'm getting. And
No, and you
then
could clearly tell that friendly vibe came from a place of, oh, I don't find this person
yeah,
attractive.
yeah,
Like,
Physically
I don't think,
attractive.
yeah, they don't
Physically
look
attractive.
good. And that's
Yeah.
why I
yeah,
don't like them. And it's a fun vibe. But same, exactly what you said, Kautuk, with Vinesh. He literally got karma. Karma slapped him back.
exactly. And then the very next person Simanti set him up with was like
You think
the
Seema does it on purpose?
100% she knew.
You
Because
think
the
Seema
minute
is
he
like,
came
एक
back,
मिनट इसको मैं सिखाती हूँ ये रिजेक्ट कर रहा है ना पब्लिक को मैं दिखाती हूँ उसको टैप
no, and
No, I,
she
and
got his
then
vibe
she's
na, when he came back, and he was like कि, oh ऐसा romantic feeling, ठीक है, hot चाहिए ना, hot, okay,
yeah.
getting hot. And then when the hot girl was like, listen, this guy is fucking boring.
correct गरम से
Yeah.
जली ना
But
make the
you could,
hot burn you
as viewers, and when we were sitting there, literally when the other girl walked in, the hot girl that Vinesh
Meena.
ended up meeting, you when the minute she walked in, did a bulb strike in your head saying that he is going to be rejected by her? Because you'd seen what, no, it, I swear, we're like, bro, she is going to, and literally that happened because it took less than 30 seconds for you to realize that after she sat down. That first little bit of conversation that happened, you could see that Vinesh is fully head over heels because here his biggest criteria that he might not have said, or actually he did say it, was looks,
Yeah.
and that was hit out of the park. So you could see his behavior change, his eagerness. Like a physical body may change, dikh raha tha, bro. And clearly from her side also, you saw that she was not
Not
interested.
interested at all.
I think the minute like uska back ऐसे था, लड़की जैसे ऐसे turn हुई ना and she sat down, I think she had already tuned off because the first few questions you see, there is no interest in her face at all, and you somehow felt awkward and also that, bro, karma got you.
yeah
Proper. Him
Something else
which
that
was
makes this such a weird show to watch. It's because you're going on all these dates with them
with them,
and
yeah,
reliving some of your worst dates.
worst.
जिधर वो
Yeah,
bored है, तू interested नहीं है, like just that
yeah.
whole
But
fucking.
this has happened to all of us, right? At
yeah
some
Exactly, that's
point
what
in
I'm saying.
it's
time, we
what
have
she
been
said
superficial in what we expected, and then got met
oh
literally the same condition by another person.
no also
No, I'm here. I'm here.
it's
I'm not. I
also
didn't
what
get
he
stuck.
said right it's also what she said that what goes of yours 2-3 hours spend and come right if you meet someone straight up like she's right also spend the 2 hours and see what it feels like right
Yeah,
in that sense I think there's also that inhibition to not go on the date because it's an arranged date because your family goes with you on the date right as opposed to, I mean, technically dating is arranged marriage without parents only. No, I mean, it's really that only.
Also, by the way, just to come back to Vinesh for a second, with the
I
first
feel
girl with
Kautuk's favorite character was Vinesh.
because it was so beautiful. It was a sitcom, dude. It was a sitcom. The structure is sitcom. So
Kautuk's favorite character was Meena Rai, actually. He's trying to hide it.
Who
no,
was
so
Meena?
the
Meena
point
Rai?
I was making was that when he met Mausam, who was the plainer girl, the girl with the
Huh.
specs, the Nena from Kal Ho Na Ho, right?
Huh.
When he met her, he took her on a date with his brother and his brother's wife.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
when Meena
Oh,
came on
Meena
the
is the
date,
other
he
one.
was like,
Okay.
brother
yeah.
and wife can fuck off.
Yeah,
I got this.
Hmm.
yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Fuck yeah, that's so true. That because most of the times the boy and girl are meeting, obviously the family or friends or whoever, for a bit, and then they both go out, just the two of them.
Yeah.
So that should have actually been a straight up red flag. That's true.
Yeah,
Talking about karma, and you've seen the same thing not happen once in the show. You've
it
seen it
happened with
happen
Nadia
twice.
also.
Yeah, right. The same thing where at the end of last season, you thought, wow, Nadia and Shekhar are going to
Shekhar.
work out. Shekhar people actually like,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Because he was like a fun, he looked like one of the normal, not any, he's not doing any chutiagiri, he's a good guy. They seem to be getting along. You felt for Nadia because you're like, yeah, one guy stood her up or whatever. She's had a little bit of a bichari vibe, right? And you're like, okay, finally this has happened. This season begins with him meeting the parents. Parents love this guy. So you're like, obviously, this is going to work out. And that one party changes everything because literally this dude Vishal, who she ends up hooking up with later, was the last guy. Like I don't know if they scripted this. This is how it actually naturally
No,
flowed.
no, you can't script that reaction she
Because
had.
yeah,
You
because
can't script
everybody
it.
was there, and suddenly this dude, new entrant, shows up. Hey, hi guys, I'm Vishal. Like he's not one of those shy, coy guys. He
Bro,
just announces himself, and she just goes, and you see that thing play out, and you're like, okay, इसमें कुछ twist होने वाला है, and हुआ. And I felt really bad for Shekhar at that time because they managed to catch glimpses of him looking at Nadia and Vishal talking when Nadia is showing her tattoos. And you could see Shekhar's full face just crumble. And you fell
Yeah.
for the guy. You fell for the guy.
No,
bro.
I think also her point was that he never made a like a stark move and this, that, and the other. And then he said that, when she came here, she specifically told me, let's keep it like friendly, this, that, and the other. तो मैं क्या
Yeah.
कहता है ये सब करने वाला है, ये वो ये वो. मेरे को तो लग रहा है उसका और शेखर का वापस ऑन होएगा नेक्स्ट
नहीं
सीजन.
मेरे को भी लगा बट ये थोड़ा ज्यादा हिंदी मूवी हो जाता है बिकॉज आई वाज लाइक एंड में यही होने वाला है दैट शी इज गोइंग टू like she rejects Shekhar cries, he feels bad, she
Oh,
thinks everything great with Vishal, then Vishal breaks up with her. So now eventually
हम दिल
she
दे
हम दिल दे
चुके
चुके
सनम.
सनम. हम दिल दे चुके सनम.
but वो नहीं हुआ. I don't think Shekhar is going to get back with Nadia, not after what happened.
No,
अभी वो
and also, something, I would feel so much worse for Shekhar if he did. Like, worse than I already feel. Because at some point you should just be like, fuck it, walk away, man. Also, this thing, dude, from original, I mean, not original, but from the new thing, like the first episode was so great because of Chicken Guy. Like,
yeah.
Chicken Guy was
Enough with
just,
the
we need to
chickens.
talk. Dude, I have never, something, maybe I don't, like, maybe it's because lived in Mumbai for too long, but I never knew that being in Nashik was such a big problem.
Dude, it's
I had no
completely reduced
idea.
real estate of Nasik because for the first 3 episodes, the biggest point of contention was, is he going to find somebody who agrees to come to Nasik?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
literally
Literally
that.
every dialogue was, see, yeah, this is good, that is matching, but unfortunately, she doesn't want to come to Nasik.
Yeah.
Parents are saying Nasik, 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 Nasik,
Nashik.
Nasik. Nashik में नहीं जा रहे, कोई नहीं जा रहा Nasik.
हाँ.
And the first girl who agreed to go to Nasik, guess what? I know her. She's a
You
friend. Yes.
really?
Devika, who they have that conversation about the environment and
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that
yeah,
conversation
that.
was gold.
Gold,
It
gold,
was gold.
gold conversation.
Elon Musk is right,
Elon Musk is my thing. Also, my thing with that guy, though, there was this one thing that Sima tells us. Like, she starts off looking at the tour and she says, like, what are these things? What you're making this and all, she says. And he explains, at one point, it's my favorite line of the show. Stop talking about enough with the chickens now. She says it to him because first of all, he keeps going between I've been surrounded by chicks my whole life as a joke, right? Like he's doing that. He's doing that vibe. Then when it goes, when Nasik stops being the problem, then it's his some ex relationship where तुम्हारी बाधा है, शादी में बाधा है. Also in that episode they introduce Pradyuman. In the same episode, there is Pradyuman in the first episode. So you're like, this episode is going to be really gold because they've shown you the two best offs.
No, no, they also had Aparna in that, and the entry that Aparna got, it was like, if you remember the scene where they showed you Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back, where he's not got the helmet on. It looked exactly like that, dude. Oh my god.
You know, the thing with her is that I felt there was a lot of arrogance in season 1, and that sort of reduced a little bit only to come back.
Oh, it came back with a vengeance.
Came back hard. Because you're just like, dude, you claim to want so many things, but you do nothing in return. And what irritated me the most was that yawning, bro.
Oh my god.
There is nothing more insulting, annoying, and irritating than to watch a person yawn in the middle of the conversation. मेरे को अंदर से कुछ और उसने एक बार नहीं, उसने 2 बार किया.
और वो बेचारा एलए से ह्यूस्टन आया है उसको मिलने को.
अबे ये खुद भी न्यूयॉर्क से ह्यूस्टन गई थी ना, जो भी काम वाम पे. तो you are trying to make an effort to meet somebody in whatever lame ass way of effort that you want to show. But dude, that's decency. Okay? Just don't fucking yawn.
Or at least cover your mouth.
Cover your mouth. Exactly.
That's the least.
And it's not even that, it's a side yawn. So she starts here.
And she looks away.
Yeah. And then she looks
my god.
Yeah. No, I also thought that she really, because she started off by saying that she liked that the twin, the guy who she went bowling with.
Dude, by the way, there's twins. One of them is called Daman. I'm hoping the other one's called Dew. That's
so she goes out with this Daman dude and she makes it seem like she really likes him and all that. And then she's like, no, I'm not feeling, he's too much in love with his work. Means you're also in love with your work. And then
I'm telling you, she expects things from people that she herself is not willing to do. Right? Like you can't expect people to do 5 things for you and you yawn in return. ये क्या है? मेरे को तो चाहिए था कि उसको नहीं मिला. I'm sorry कि वो yawn के वजह से भाई cancel. 60-70% भी नहीं मिलेगा. तुमने yawn किया, तुम्हारा तो cut. अभी 10% मैच पे चलो. But I feel by far
she's gone to an astrologer and all of that also.
Bro, that was amazing.
Like she's
got an astrologer who's I think Chinese American or Korean American. I don't know.
Korean in Hyderabad and then
in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
और वो वैदिक ये बड़े मतलब bro ये तो hardcore है. Public इधर आके पूरा सीख के जाके खेल रहे. But I think for me the biggest highlight of this season and literally just that 5-minute sequence should be its own show is Viral meeting Viral. Girl Viral meeting boy Viral. Because even this girl Viral started off with, oh, I want XYZ, ABC. I'm not asking for anything. I don't bring to the table this, that. So I said, okay, cool. Let's see what happens. And that dude didn't seem weird at all. What seemed weird is that you are not making it seem like you want to meet your husband or find a partner. It seems like you are going to sit and test somebody. It's like an entrance exam. Who the fuck calls another person to a furniture store to one of our friends actually said that finding it's not a project. It's not some research that you're doing that you need. Like your work might involve you doing all of those things, but this is you're trying to connect with another person. ये boot camp lag raha tha, bro. Correct. That entire sequence where he just asked her, "Are you a vegetarian?"
Yeah, and she did. Yeah, and she said, "What?"
She's like,
what do you mean semi-vegetarian?
First, she said, "What do you mean by that?" She's like, no, I mean, do you eat non-veg? What do you define non-veg? So he's like, I don't know, something that walks or is a living thing.
I kind of like
her responses. I don't know why it has to be so black or white. And I was just like, dude, he asked you if you eat non-veg. Just say yes or no. Lactose, semi-vegan,
this is that thing, na? This is that thing where, like, in a murder trial, the lawyers will argue, listen, how do we define a murder? Why does it have to be black or white?
Correct. No,
No, is the
also, like,
person living or dead?
I liked Guy Viral, dude. I thought Guy Viral was fun. Like, it wasn't,
He
like,
was
I
cool.
thought,
He was a normal dude, man. Like he just his expressions was all of us watching. Like ये क्या चल रहा है?
and
But
और वो
props to
बोल
him
भी
that
रहा
he
है.
went ahead with it.
Yeah, और वो बोल भी रहा है उसको, but you're not answering the damn question. That's
Yeah,
not an
dude.
answer. वो बोल रहा है उसको.
Oh, by the way, one of the most like awkward moments also came from Guy Viral when he met Sheetal.
Why? What
And
happened?
I'll tell you, so they met at some cafe or something, and they've ordered
Yeah.
these two coffees. And
वो
he
थूका
says,
है उसके food.
so before that, he says, ki, something he said, he made some awkward comment, and then he says, you know what, I think this is getting to me. And she catches it. She's like, 1 second, this is not alcoholic. He's like, yeah, I meant caffeine. Then he blows, like he wants.
Like yours looks really good. You mind if I and her face said no, but her mouth somehow said yes. So he's gone.
Took his straw.
Would you do that? And to दूसरा straw डाल रहा है?
On day
There was a
one,
little bit of blowback in it.
date one,
Yeah.
on date one, while I'm being filmed, no.
Never.
And bro.
You know, I have a
No,
feeling.
if I wasn't being filmed, you would consider it. But on date
One
one,
second.
while you're being-
Day one, while filming, post COVID
Yeah.
or during. Why? I don't want anybody's straw in mine. I don't want my straw in anybody else's. Like, and she was disgusted. I don't think she finished the drink. I think she just
नहीं, नहीं, इसके
left
लिए
it.
cut to white shot. इसके लिए cut to white shot. And they've continued the conversation.
Oh my god, dude, that blowback conversation was just beautiful. Like it's
और
a
वो समझा
classic.
नहीं रहा है कि I didn't spit. It was just the residue. from the straw.
You know, ideal conversations you want to have when you're trying to find your life partner. But Sheetal seemed like the type that even if her and Viral got married tomorrow, na, or Viral ने straw डाला तो भी नहीं चलेगा उसको. It's definitely not on the first date, but definitely not after शादी also.
And it was a classic thing where I think Viral liked her way more because you know he's like, oh, she's a good looking girl,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. He liked her way more than she liked him. She had done that typically like the classic thing where she's like, this is enough.
Yeah. No, I mean, Viral must have thought like, finally, you know, a date not in a furniture store, which doesn't seem like a boot camp. You know, where we can really get to connect and talk about fun stuff. Where I can be me. You know, I'm this fun, jokey kind of guy. He's the same guy that Sima aunty said enough jokes now.
No, he
No,
oh
that
yeah,
was-
he was the guy.
No, that was Vinesh.
No, it's him
This
also.
guy, he met Sheetal's
at
brother,
parents,
family,
parents,
sister,
Enough jokes
whatever
now.
parents. And then he started one
Open
after
mic,
the other.
straight open mic.
Oh.
Arey, it was anxiety open mic, dude. That's
But you know, there was another sequence that I felt really bad about because I'm trying to sort of put myself in their shoes as to them watching this episode when it eventually came out. Was when Viral met this dude.
Which
I don't
one?
know
Guy
the dude's
Viral?
name.
Girl Viral?
girl.
Viral.
Girl
Because
Viral.
Girl Viral also had like a lot of
Criteria.
right? So usme she saw this picture of this dude who was from some college. He was this young picture of him supposedly.
Oh yeah,
And-
that one. Oh no.
And that entire thing when she met him, because you again could see it on her face. One, B, she said it in her piece to camera also that you know it was a little off because the picture that I got was very different from this person who showed up. And yes, it looked different. As in, he looked a little bit older, hair looked a little lesser, but I thought she would just say it in a piece to camera, do the date, and then say, you know what, it didn't work
Yeah,
out
but
for
she
me. I
told
didn't
him
feel the
also.
vibe. She told him, dude. She
Got
told
it.
him. But in a way, she also said that because she said, I didn't want him to watch it later and feel it. But I'm like, no, I understand that. But then you told him his reaction is on camera and then he has to come and talk about it in his video diary as well. And I was just like, dude, that's fucking mean.
You know
man.
what else?
brutal.
You know what else was heartbreaking about that? That guy really likes go karting, and I think she's ruined it for him.
Yeah. No, and he was a sweet guy, dude. He was like
Yeah.
a really nice guy. He was chilled
No,
out. He
which is
didn't-
what like every single time he's gonna go back to the go kart track, he's gonna get a flashback. You don't look like your biodata.
Viral eventually fell in love with that Akshay guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Who
he
came
can
late.
read.
Because he can, yes.
read and write in Gujarati. I was like, wow, bro, ye to
No,
alag hi
because he can
writing
read
hai.
and write in Gujarati, but also when he makes those jokes, it makes her laugh and melt. She can't stay angry with him. She said all this.
Yeah.
Poor thing. So yeah, I mean, okay, fair. I just want to
I
know.
think Viral had to fight herself the most to finally get to be with somebody,
No, also,
because
sorry,
like
but
especially with this guy also, you saw there were times when it's almost like, I don't know if people are tuned like that, but they wait to find faults.
yeah,
Sima auntie also said, sorry, that was Sheetal, my bad, not Viral, but I think it was Sheetal who was waiting to find something wrong so you can move on to something else. Which is where Sima auntie's other gold line came in, which is, I have many biodatas, but I will give you only one. You go meet him. When
You
you
know,
have too many, your mind gets confused. So
you
you
know who
only do one.
you know who I thought was really cute in this thing was that the cardiologist, the Sardar cardiologist.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah.
nice. He had one nice theory about himself, saying, "अभी तो कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. मैंने 26 साल पढ़ाई किया है, 27 साल पढ़ाई किया है, तो dating थोड़ा कम ही है." So
Yeah, he was damn cute. He
No,
was
yeah,
damn
and
cute.
nice
and
fellow.
I liked Wrinkle's vibe also.
Wrinkle, yeah.
Like
Wrink-
that was a very cute
Wrinkle was
moment.
the ice skater, the
Ice
one
skater.
who
Ice skater,
starts
na?
dating.
Ha.
Where dentist.
She
So
was. She's like, I have lot of coke,
Yeah,
Coca Cola.
very
I'm
sweet.
like, but अभी तेरे सब patient ने देख लिया.
bro.
But he had a very like sweet vibe going.
Yeah.
Uh,
अरे
अरे,
हाँ
they
कौन आया रहेगा हाँ
they had that
Battery
moment,
low.
dude. Oh, classic. Oh, by the way, speaking of battery low, there was this one moment where Sima
where
auntie
Sima's battery went low.
there's, there's a notification
Percent
while she's doing the video call.
Yeah.
Sheesh, man.
But classic parents FaceTime video call
No,
vibe she
but that's
has.
also
Yeah.
that also I think it adds authenticity to how much they're not retaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like maybe it's intentionally done, but it adds authenticity to how much they're not retaking, which is pretty
Correct.
good.
No, and the one thing, by the way, like if you had to say one overall thing about the show, I mean, the whole series can be called lowered expectations. That should be
Or
the
compromise.
subtext. Yeah.
Or, by the way, we've
And-
not spoken about the main thing. Sorry, Kautuk,
Huh.
which is Seema auntie has gone and made her most widely spread claim, which is Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas are not a good pair.
Oh, yes.
Remember that?
Oh,
She
yes.
said that in context to Nadia liking Vishal, and all of them were very disapproving of the fact that Vishal is younger,
Yeah.
6 years younger. But eventually, what Seema auntie said did come true. So it's, even though it's regressive to think that, oh, guy can't be younger, it has to be a girl always who's younger, and guy can be as old or
No,
whatever
there
the
were
fuck.
also those justifications. No, ऐसा 2-3 years with guys, understand. 7 years is a lot.
And all the parents are like, yeah. No, it's not happening, because parents really wanted Shekhar, bro.
Yeah.
Parents really wanted Shekhar.
But
I
dude,
think Sima
even
also
the
had.
parents' track in this, no, I know I'm jumping from Shekhar and Nadia and all that, but the parents' track also in this has been captured. Like that Vinesh's mom was almost crying, dude.
Hmm.
Yeah.
When
And he's like, Mom, don't worry, I'll find someone.
Bro.
Auntie Roesh.
Bro, even whose dad was it? I forget. One of these. I forget which contestant's dad, but like he got along with the guy who said ki inko chahiye Clint Eastwood. Sheetal's dad, I think. it was.
Clint Eastwood.
And inko chahiye Clint Eastwood, and Sheetal looks at him, Clint Eastwood, because she's imagining him now as the
Now.
90-year-old he is, starring in movies
not
like
good,
The
bad,
Mule.
ugly.
And
she's not talking about Dirty Harry.
yeah,
Or good, bad, and the ugly. वो वाला नहीं. Not cowboy.
no,
$1 million baby.
yeah,
But that is so cute that the father's idea of good-looking guy. He couldn't even say Brad Pitt,
No.
Tom Cruise, Ryan. No, that.
But correct है ना? मेरा मम्मी भी Clint Eastwood ही.
That was too.
Clint Eastwood.
But it's really cute to see the parents also, dude. I love seeing the parents.
they are. By the way, sorry, just to go back to that, it becomes funnier if you just make it more related. Like in the sense, इनको चाहिए someone who looks like Amitabh Bachchan. अरे भाई.
अरे भाई मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मेरे जैसा कोई सीमा आंटी मुझे भी सीमा from Mumbai. Oh my god.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Continue.
No, so the other thing I want to talk about. So one is that overall from Sima Auntie's side, you can say that lower your expectations. From the contestant side, right? The
I
thing
like
that
how we call them contestants,
Yeah,
not couples or
from the players,
participants.
the players.
Contestant.
oh shit,
Ah,
they should make it more like Splitsvilla, where you go on the date, but then there is
you have
a
to do a task.
yeah, you have to do a task, and then the
Yeah.
elimination happens in like with Ranvijay there.
But the task was there, na, in the thing in the furniture shop. That was a task only.
Yeah, make Aparna smile is a task.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
get Viral to answer if she's veg or non-veg, a task. You know, uh, get
Get
Sheetal
Vinish
to
to
manage
accept.
expectations
Get
and
Vinish
not
to
have
lower his
not want a
expectation.
not want a doctor who also has man bun. ऐसा कुछ तो था ना उसका कि the profession also tattoo.
Yeah,
सब चाहिए, सब चाहिए. कुछ ऐसे 12-15 थे. विनेश का था bro that good looking चाहिए और मम्मी के हाथ के पकोड़े. Because when they
yeah.
write the criteria, it didn't should cook pakoras like mom.
वो उसमें भी 2-3 चीज बहुत फनी है बिकॉज वो ऐसा कैंसिल करके फिर कुछ और ऐड करता है वो
Hmm.
हाँ,
क्लियरली प्लेड टू द गैलरी
yeah, correct.
फनी
और क्या है? Did we miss out on any of the contestants?
नो आई थिंक वी कवर्ड डिड वी स्पीक या शीतल वीरल all of these people Pradyuman getting married
By the way, they never finished. They never truly
Pradyum, bro,
finished.
this finished too.
They didn't fully finish Chicken Guy's story. Like they got him to get the whatever his duvidha or whatever it was, the dosh in
Bro,
his kundali out.
नासिक कोई नहीं जा रहा है.
Basically that's where it ended, right? And
Yeah,
Aparna's also like eventually the realization they come to, right, is what they needed to hear much before Sima Taparia, which is that sometimes the problem is me.
yeah.
yeah
No, and
I mean,
also with some people, especially the chicken guy, he when it started off, apart from the lame jokes that he was making, he seemed like a smart guy. Like he seemed like he had his stuff together, and he was very like confident in himself. He was not superstitious at all. He didn't believe in puja part, nothing. Uska graph de, he went from that
oh
guy
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to be like मेरा photo लो, वो हवन कर रहा है किधर बैठ के. He has gone to Sima also and said अभी सब करा दो. Like that, like it's come to that point of
correct
desperation,
but
for him.
the one thing that nobody has noticed or spoken about and is that what are these houses Aparna is finding in New York City, dude?
Bro, that
Dude,
also took
what are
damn
these
long.
houses?
But
What are these?
that
No, fuck the fact that
what,
what are these
she's
houses?
she's minting. Why won't she?
Dude, but that rent of
तेरी
that
सिर्फ जल रही
apartment
है
is
कि
so.
तेरे को नहीं मिल रहा
Of
है.
course, Hando
हाँ,
pe.
तुझे
Forget that. Even my friends or when I lived there don't live in apartments like
Bro,
that.
by the way, I have never I've never seen any kind of documentary capture the frustration of a real estate
Real
broker.
estate
yes,
broker.
My
yes,
God, dude, the way he was so upset. Like, and that's
yeah.
her house hunting was the perfect metaphor for her
Husband hunting.
husband hunting. It was the
Husband hunting.
perfect
Yeah,
metaphor.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Which after doing that also, she's like, I don't know if I'm happy here. I wish I
Yeah,
was back in Houston.
yeah,
तो न्यूयॉर्क तो
with my
न्यूयॉर्क आई है.
mom. Yeah,
Yeah, you came to New York. You came with that intention of making meeting a new set of friends, changing the pool around a little bit to meet your partner or whatever. तो उसमें भी कुछ नहीं. In fact, the saddest part was that the guy she was supposed to, like, she met with in the previous season
Correct.
is
वो
now
उसका मदद
helping
कर.
उसका who's now helping her hunt for houses. Like,
Correct.
उन लोग का क्या change हो गया bro fully.
and also like just a few things that reminded me again how what an amazing time we live in, technologically speaking. Like when Sheetal is introduced, right? She's like, yeah, I'm 30, late 30s, got everything else sorted, but looking for someone because time is running out for me. I've
Kids,
already
yeah,
frozen my eggs. The
yeah,
way she said it, right? Like it was just
yeah.
it's a throwaway line, but that's a miracle.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Hmm.
you can just freeze your eggs and then at
Figure it out.
yeah, and then figure it out. How much time and technology that goes into that, dude? It's insane,
Yeah.
and it's just a
Yeah.
thing that we say nowadays. So
Correct.
fucking
But
wild.
उसका भी थोड़ा change हुआ. When she started off very like, I am the best. There's nobody better than me. I need this, and of course I deserve it. You're allowed to think like that. Everybody thinks like that, right? You're the best. But I thought with
No.
her, and a lot of people think like that, bro. If you only don't think you're good, what's the point? I'm
Huh.
saying it
Baba,
went
Vicky
Exactly.
from self
Malhotra.
love.
Vicky,
I think it went from self love that, when you feel you bring a lot to the table, to just, I think it was borderline self aggrandizing. You know what I mean? Like, just to,
self-aggrandizing. Oh,
हाँ,
word of the day.
क्या बात.
क्योंकि खुद की, अरे खुद की लाल बोलते हैं ना ब्रो. सेल्फ एग्रेनाइजिंग इज
अब
दैट ओनली
क्यों
ना, खुद
एक्सप्लेन
की
कर
लाल.
रहे हैं self-aggrandizing?
Baba was impressed that you said the bigger word first. That's the.
Yeah, counter that with another word, another
No,
synonym.
no, it's fine. Continue. We'll figure it out.
So
We'll
that's why
get to it.
I countered with मेरी लाल, खुद की लाल.
हाँ.
खुद की लाल कर रहे. So and even for her it changed, because when they realized that when they start, although it was Sima auntie saying 60-70% ज़्यादा नहीं मिलेगा, so it went in their head. But I think that once she was able to change a little bit of that about herself, she found somebody, although not through Sima auntie. किसी का तो cousin
Yeah.
था ना, one of the other.
Yeah. No, I think that the 60-70% sentence, I think 60-70% is too low or whatever. But I'm saying even when you actually meet the person that you want to be with, it's not like they're 100% of what you want. Like you fucking.
Yeah, but bro, if the meeting begins with listen, 100% you'll never get 60. तूने benchmark ही अगर 60% रखा है, तो तू लाइफ में 80-90 पे पहुंचेगा भी कैसे? Which is why most of the parents were like, हाँ बराबर, because they were all 60-70 वाला vibe, right? But the younger kids, what do you call it? Self-sufficient, living in first world countries, for them to hear the concept of 60-70 पे तुमको done करना है, just it doesn't.
But that's a great point. That's a bigger point to the thing that in today's, wait, is he gone? He's here. Like in today's general cultural landscape, right? You are born and bred with this idea that you can have it all, right? You go to social media, everyone's having the best perfect life, right? And it constantly feels like you're the one who is not having as good a time, who is settling for things, who's not good enough, who doesn't look good enough, who doesn't earn enough, right? All of those things keep getting bombarded to you, and the mindset is that you can fix all of your problems and have everything. But the reality of life eventually is that you can't, right? It's never going to happen. Like if it was perfect and easy, there would be more people having that kind of life, but there isn't, and there aren't. So Seema auntie is absolutely right. Like, and she's right for not just matchmaking, but for anything in life.
Yeah.
Like perfectionism is not the
it's not the benchmark.
Yeah, and it's in fact more often than not a flaw rather than a positive.
Yeah, because honestly, the thing is, it gets better as you work on it to make it perfect, rather than starting off perfect.
Yeah,
right? Like you wanna work on it to make it perfect, which is your own little version of perfect. Right.
That's the thing, because when you say perfect, what is perfect?
Your own little version of perfect is where you're sort of going into, right?
And
because
the thing is,
every idiosyncrasy matches up with another idiosyncrasy to be able to sort of like assimilate and like, osmotically sort of symbiote.
Baba, under pressure.
to top self-aggrandizing.
Self-aggrandizing. No. I meant like genuinely like that osmosis happens, between two personalities.
Also the other thing about the simple truth of reality versus expectation. Because your expectation is infinite. It is impeccable. You can make it whatever you want, right? Your expectation, there is no limit. You can imagine, like Sidhi, we were watching it together, Sidhi and I. So she loves playing this computer game called Sims, right? So she heard some of the criteria and she's like, this Sheetal has made a sim in her head, right? And now she's trying to find that person in real life. So to get stuck on an expectation, right? And to believe that happiness will not happen unless you get to that particular point. Now, the crazy thing about happiness is that you don't even get to sustain it if you get to that point, because that's the way happiness is, right? Like, how many times have people linked their happiness to achievement, of any kind, because they've expected it. Then they've reached that point and then realize, oh fuck, ye bhi khokla hai, right? So eh, it's true for love, it's true for achievement, it's true for career, it's true for everything. Like you need to find something that's not linked to other people, right? Very difficult to tell to. And Seema aunty is trying her fucking best to get this across.
Yeah, but I think that I think the thing there that fails for Seema aunty is just this thing of, like, I think you need to cushion it. You can't make it like you can't be like, "Hey, tu chup
No,
hai.
because if
Tere
the
ko chutiya
camera was
milega."
off now, I think she would have a much more scathing response
It would
to
be like, "Hey, tu
the
chutiya hai, tere ko
criteria.
chutiya hi milega." Like that.
She has to, even now it comes out, but in her own way. अगर कैमरा बंद हो तो वो तो सुना देती थोड़े पब्लिक को कि चीते तू क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है या
No,
क्या
when
एक्सपेक्ट कर रही है.
when Vinesh was like, I want a girl who is into football, likes to wear my jersey, all of this, she
They
was like,
cancelled my
hey,
jersey.
yeah, hey, please.
She's into painting. What is your problem?
Dude, it's fascinating. Like
But
it's truly fascinating.
and the thing is, clearly it's working. People are watching because obviously over the long weekend the public काट लिया. मैं तो Thursday को ही देख लिया था, but across the weekend, seeing so many people's stories, the memes that were doing the round, it is here to stay. अभी यूके में पब्लिक कैसी है ये अगले सीजन में देखना पड़ेगा.
Oh shit! One other last thing about, like, there is one, like, while it's a lot of good trashy fun, right, where you get to see these people try to have this incredible experience of finding a life partner on television. That's fucking nuts. But underneath it all, there is this one line of just so much sadness, because and it comes
Yeah.
across, yeah,
Pure
of
melancholy.
melancholy is the right word, right?
Yeah.
It's just that when it comes across in a few lines, in a few piece to cameras, it just comes out, I'm just incredibly lonely.
Yeah.
I have this perfect life and no one to share it with. That kind of, like, just that
Yeah.
few
It's
line
like,
of
how
that.
many times can someone be told that they're not
Good enough.
to be with?
Yeah.
No, or love you, but not love you.
Yeah.
Like Nadia के साथ ये हुआ ना, like I love you as a friend after dating this dude for a while, and clearly when they met, they both knew, right, that this meeting and going forward of this relationship is happening with the ultimate goal of marriage.
Marriage.
Right? He didn't come there and be like, oh, it's a mixer. Now I met this girl and we're just going to chill. No, all of them have that eventual goal of shadi. Many times I feel that if they just let that be, that they don't think about that so much and just
But
make it
Varun, वही
about.
तो प्रॉब्लम है ना, इतने साल से वही कर रहे हैं कि आई लेट इट बी एंड इट विल हैपन. बट अभी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि इट्स नॉट हैपेंड. And I've reached a point in my life where I have to contact, which I want to know why this song is not used when she's walking in. Tap, 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 Taparia. Like, instead of Tapori, why isn't this song used? But for Sima. But like, I'm saying they've reached that point in her life, right? Before Taparia actually
Man,
coming.
imagine if they decided ki I'm not gonna think like that. I'm gonna think in terms of marriage on a show called Indian Matchmaking. That would be fucking nuts.
So what are you here for? I'm here. I want to be Rodi. I want to be Rodi. This is the wrong show, Nadia. No, I just want to be Rodi.
No, but that through line of this thing also. So there's that pathos, and then there's that my friends have moved on, and like life has changed all around me, and I never thought this would happen, and here we are, right? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The sort of reality of that, and it kind of, if you are in a relationship, it makes you value it so much more. I swear to God.
Yeah, but I also think,
every time this happened, Nikita and I would look, thank you. Thank you.
No,
क्योंकि एक होता है ना, because us being in happy relationship, happy marriages, whatever, we are looking at it from the point of view of, Are, why is it so tough for you to find? I to found. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because you're already in it, right? Like it's not as easy, and only when because you're in it and you're able to look at it from an outside thing, you can't, no matter how much you try, put yourself in that position, at all.
No,
At all.
The other third layer, Kautuk, I think that you're missing out is the fact that they are first gen Indians there. So as a result, they've still not fully Americanized. because there's a lot of, I don't know, like Diwali at home and, speaking, whether it's Tamil or Malayalam or, even Sindhi or, Kutchi or Gujarati, or write and read Gujarati or whatever at home, right? So there is a lot of Indianness that is still present.
Yeah, in the middle.
In that thing. So there's that constant floating of, am I Indian? Am I not Indian? Am I Indian? Am I not Indian? And will a person who is not of Indian origin actually be able to understand my culture? And so I'm going to be more comfortable. I think maybe the next generation of this set of audience might fairly be okay with, any culture, because these guys are half
Like,
Americanized. And then
Baba, you mean to say like they exist in this interstitial space, right?
yes, yes, in the interstitial space. Yes, they do. So, but you get what I'm saying. Were you Googling that word? What?
No.
Okay. So I'm saying, but you understand, right? Like that's the third through line, which is that
Dude,
no one gets us.
मेरे को तो बहुत मजा आया जस्ट टू नो कि अमेरिका में भी पब्लिक रिग्रेसिव है.
रिग्रेसिव उन लोग एक्सेंट के साथ रिग्रेसिव है. तो somehow words coming, how they look and their thoughts never, you know what I mean? Like
when they said
match.
Yeah, when he says ki when our astrologer looks at it and then he decides that we should meet the next time, I was like, yes tum log bhi, come on.
Yeah, but no, I think that is that. I don't think that is them. I think that that's coming from the process of saying, if you're going through matchmaking, your first thing, your kundlis have to meet.
You know something, it's either that or be like religion has been supplanted by spirituality, right? So which is why so many people were into like horoscopes and face reading and all of the other things. Wait, where did he go?
He's here only. He'll come back. Uska battery dead ho gaya hoga.
Of course.
Don't know why he didn't charge it.
So yeah, like for example, when Aparna meets her friend Sophie, who tells her that something is in your fifth house, and which is why
correct.
blah blah blah, right? And it's the same impulse, right? It's the same impulse ki there has to be some greater meaning to this, something that is beyond my understanding, something that is a destiny and a path, and all of those things used to be the what do you call it, in the purview of religion, and now they've kind of shifted to spirituality. It's the same impulse under a different name, and it's very interesting to see.
Anything that sort of supports your hypothesis, because it's very easy to reject when it doesn't support your hypothesis, right? Like if that person had said, "हाँ, ये बहुत cute है." Thakur is video calling me. Hold on. हाँ, बोल.
Guys, मेरा वापस बैटरी मर गया iPad का और मेरा इंटरनेट भी बंद हो गया. So please go ahead and close the episode without me. That's it from this episode of the Internet Set. So guys, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll talk about Indian matchmaking. If you missed out on anything, let us know in the comments. And yeah, मैंने कर दिया. Sorry.
Okay.
Bye.
You know something, Baba? You know what I like about this?
Bye.
The last time around we had a great cold open. Now we have a great outro.
Oh God, what a great outro. But okay, guys, that's it. That's I guess that we like, share, subscribe, like Varun said. And
yeah, we had a lot of other very interesting and funny things to say about this, but unfortunately, some other time, season 3, whenever it comes out.
Okay.
Must.
Okay. Bye, guys. See you, everyone. Take care. Bye, bye. Shabba khair. Good night. Happy New Year, Mom. Thank you. Bye, bye.
Happy New Year, Mom.
Oh yeah. पारसी न्यू ईयर है तो मैं मम्मी को हैप्पी न्यू ईयर बोल रहा है. He's come from another side. Now there's one stuck Varun Thakur.
Why have I become Teda? 1 second. Was it my fault?
Yes, it was Saisar.
Fuck, Varun. Now we are 100%.
Bro, now ये टेढ़ा हो गया है, bro. कहाँ गया? Why am I ulta?
You're got ulta, bro. There's 2 of you. One which is stuck like this.
अरे यार.
You know what, Baba? Someone should take a picture of this and
And
use
just
it
put
as Varun's biodata photo.
hilarious.
क्या
Varun,
चल रहा है?
just switch off your camera and come back on. No?
अरे मैं उल्टा कर दिया कैमरा, क्या चल रहा है?
हाँ, आ गया अभी. Now we are normal. हाँ, Varun, now please tell us the joke again.
1 second, I need to go back to.
Oh God.
Okay, but down to 50% now.
I'm going to keep all of this because I'm not cutting this episode now.
Yeah, cold open.
We're just going to start with Varun coming and saying 3, 2, 1, go. Varun, तेरा जोक चला गया. जो तू मेरा गांड मार रहा था, वो जोक चला गया.
अबे एक मिनट, मैं उल्टा क्यों?
तू
उल्टा
तू
नहीं है.
सीधा है. हम लोग के लिए सीधा है. तू बात कर. तेरे इश्यूज
क्या
अलग
है?
है लाइफ में. हाँ बोल.
ब्रो इतने टाइम के बाद फाइनली घर से किया और ये चालू हो गया वापस.
लेकिन प्रीव्यू में एज ऑलवेज ठीक हो रहा था.
I have a feeling that even Sai Services motto is 60-70% आ गया तो ठीक है.
या तो आवाज दिखेगा या तो फिर तेरा फेस सुनेगा. अरे ये क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं?
What a
But now,
wonderful mantra for
am I
life.
not looking different? Am I not
No, you're
looking
looking-
different?
You're looking
Ex-
better. You're looking better. Varun.
तेरा पार्टिंग चेंज हो गया बस.
मैं चेंज हो गया हूँ ना लेकिन.